Ladies and gentlemen, Shedeur Sanders has finally had his first official start in the NFL against the Las Vegas Raiders, man. A lot of storylines was in this game. Um, Shedeur's first start, how is he going to perform? Myles Garrett, he going after, the sack record. He trying to break it. And, the Raiders, they just trying to establish themselves and get Pete Carroll a W, man, because they ain't have but, two wins. And they still got two wins because the Browns won 24-10. Their record is now 3-8. And Shedeur Sanders, man, was 11 of 20, 209 yards, one touchdown, one interception. You got to understand, man, especially you Shedeur Sanders haters. Shedeur hasn't played since college. Last week was his first taste of NFL football. This was his first official game where he was able to prep for a week. So he's a rookie. And one thing that I'm starting to really dislike about NFL fans, NFL analysts, and this ain't just about Shedeur, this is just in general. People act like rookies aren't supposed to be rookies in the NFL. Like, they're supposed to make mistakes. But I understand the money that they get paid. People just expect them to be, just flawless. But it's like, they're rookies, man. They got to bump their head. They got to make these mistakes. And that's what the regular season for. You rather them make certain mistakes in the regular season than, when the playoffs come, if they're fortunate to make it, they make the biggest mistakes that can cost them potentially, getting a championship. So with that being said, it's a blessing that Shedeur has a running game because since Jackson State, he didn't really just have a respectable running game. So Quinshon Judkins, carried the ball 16 times, 47 yards. And he accumulated 2 rushing touchdowns. That takes a lot of pressure off of a rookie quarterback. You need that because then you're able to establish diversity in the playbook. You don't want to force feed throwing the ball and they get to sending them blitz packages and then you like Geno and getting sacked 10 times. That's right. Geno Smith was sacked 10 times, man. He took a beating. Biggest impact players on the offensive side for Shedeur outside of Quinshon Judkins. His receiving core, Dylan Sampson, caught a touchdown pass, led all receivers, 2 receptions, 59 yards. Isaiah Bond, he caught a big catch. He should have got that touchdown, man. It was like a 50-yard something bomb that Shedeur threw. Shedeur arm. They sleep. 2 receptions, 58 yards. Harold Fannin Jr., he got a bright future, man, because he's like a flex. He's a football player, but he's like a flex, meaning like they can utilize him in the run game, and he's a pass catcher, and he's a blocker. He caught 4 receptions for 40 yards, and he had a rushing attempt for 4 yards as well. Jerry Jeudy had 1 catch for 39 yards, but Jerry Jeudy had a big mistake. He caught a good pass, and instead of going out of bounds, he was trying to figure out what he was going to do in the midst of running, and he ended up getting, the ball stripped out of him from behind, and it cost a fumble. It was a great play by the Raiders defensive player. I forget the player that did it, but it was a great play, man. But he could have had a bigger game. But the real story of this game, man, was the Browns defense. The bright news for Cleveland Browns fans is that the core of that team is their defense, and you can go far with a great defense. No, I ain't gonna say far. You can win a Super Bowl with a great defense if you got a quarterback that can just manage the game, not turn the ball over, and just be decent. We seen the Tampa Bay Buccaneers do it, and they had a run game. You also need a good run game on your offense. So I think, once Cleveland can figure out who their quarterback going to be, I doubt it's going to be Shedeur because it's obvious that the higher-ups don't like him. They showed the cameraman, I mean, not the cameraman showed the owner And he was just on his phone like this, looking disinterested the whole time while Shedeur was on the field. So it was, I think that was highly disrespectful. But anyway, if you can find a quarterback that can just manage the game and don't let them be a little good or explosive, then Cleveland gonna be a threat, because this defense, man, with Myles Garrett, man, the sky's the limit. Let's break this down, man. 10 sacks by this defensive unit. Tyson Campbell, who came from Jacksonville, he had 9 tackles. Number 49, I think he's a rookie, Carson Swishinger. He had 10 tackles. He's a stud. Mason Graham, he's a rookie. He did his thing out there with 5 tackles. Devin Bush, he got out there and got a sack. Isaiah McGuire. Oh man, it was just lights out, man. Myles Garrett, man, he left 1 or 2 sacks on the field on top of what he was doing out there, but he still had a great game, and I think he's gonna break the record before the season ends. 10 sacks is insane, but that also shows you how bad that O-line is for the Raiders, man. Like, it's nasty out there, man. Myles Garrett, 3 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. Man, that dude better win Defensive Player of the Year, man. My God, what a performance, man. It ain't really much to talk about on the Raiders side. I mean, Geno Smith was 30 of 44, 285 passing yards, 1 touchdown. Surprised he didn't throw an interception, because he's been turning that ball over like nobody's business. 10 sacks. Ashton Gently, rookie running back, had 17 carries for 50 yards. Pardon me, y'all. Still getting over this flu. Ashton took a big hit in this game as well, by number 94 of the Browns, Graham, I believe, is who laid a big hit on him in the middle of him, carrying the ball, and he went out. But the good news about Ashton is he's also a dual threat. He can catch the ball as well, and as of late, I think he's been more effective as a receiver. He caught 8 receptions in this game for 58 yards, so, when you add that all together for all-purpose yard, he still contributed over 100 yards, so that's good. Tyler Lockett had 4 receptions for 62 yards. Brock Bowers, he's a top 3 tight end, 6 receptions, 55 yards, and he's battling an injury. Ian Thomas, 4 receptions, 36 yards. Trey Tucker, 3 receptions, 28 yards. That's about it. And, Max Crosby, he had 8 tackles, man. He's a phenomenal player to watch, man, because he's just relentless and he don't give up, man. Like, they need to come up with, like, a specific cam where you could just, watch certain positions and just watch that player the whole game. That'll be a bright idea, NFL, if y'all came up with that, man. Jeremy Chin, who got the fumble, caused the fumble on Jerry Jeudy. You know what I'm saying? That's who I was trying to mention earlier. But yeah, outside of that, though, man, that was the biggest story of the game, man. But Shedeur got that win, and that's what they pay you for, man. It's going to be interesting to see if he get another start next week. But I know they're going to look for anything not to give him any type of credit. He showed his NFL potential. He definitely can play. But he got a lot of work to do, just like a lot of other players, man. But congratulations to Shedeur, man, and his pops was in the crib, man. Y'all drop a comment, give me your thoughts on this game, man. Once again, Cleveland Browns get the 3rd win of the season. Record is now 3-8. Raiders dropped to 2-9. Final score 24-10. If you made it this far to the video, I want to say thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the God Level Genius YouTube channel. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on Rumble as well at God Level Genius. I am James Forgato, and as always, be God Level. The genius is in you. God Level Genius.